I'm Kori. I am the visitor guide here at Gibson Museum. I have recently put together a new exhibit for the J.L. Reed family. They are one of the founding families for Middletown. And J.L. Reed was our first postmaster here in Middletown, and he also was our first public notary.
And about what year was that, Kori?
Approximately 1874, I believe. We do have his first scale here that he used, I guess, up until he decided he was going to retire from that. Also started the Middletown Independent, which was one of the very first newspapers here in Middletown. He was also there at the first cornerstone laying of the first Methodist church here in Middletown. His nephew, I believe, T.A. Reed, Theodore, I believe, was his given name, but everybody called him T.A. Followed him into both the postmaster and public notary positions. His niece, owned the pharmacy with her husband. And it was the Middletown drugstore, the Middletown drug and ice cream parlor. It was the Reed family drugstore. It went under many different names during the years, but they sold many different things. Just underneath those pictures, these are some of the different little medications and tinctures and items that they sold, and such as bay rum is not something you're supposed to drink. It is actually part of like a hair tonic or aftershave, or usually in some sort of men's grooming, just what they call a sachet. So you're supposed to be able to open it up, set it in your drawer. A lot of ladies set it in a drawer or in a gift or something, and it's supposed to make everything smell good. This one's supposed to smell like lavender, burp or have gas. There we go. That's probably a good way of putting it. And a lot of the ingredients there are now considered these days not the best for you.
Toxic?
Toxic, a lot of them are toxic. The one just above it is actually called blue poison ointment, and is considered 33% of it is made of mercury, which is extraordinarily toxic. And they used to put that on, they used to actually rub that on soldiers as they were laying down. They were in the field, like
injured or wounded.
Yes. To try and keep like the lice off of them and other mites and stuff on. They used to try and rub that on them to try and keep them, safe and so on and so forth. So fun. This Yardley Brilliantine is also just another grooming product, something you would put in your hair or mustache, supposed to make it shiny and smooth and so on and so forth. And as many people are young these days, they don't always know that they know what the movie Grease is with John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. But in Quebec, Canada, instead of the movie being named Grease, it was actually named Brilliantine.
Oh,
so fun little things. This McKesson, this boric acid, for medical things, it was used as an antiseptic for burns or an eye wash or acne treatments, many different things. Whereas nowadays, it's actually used for things like fireworks, pyrotechnics, it colors the flame.
Wow.
I think this one colors the flame green.
Wow.
This insect powder, and why it's funny, why they don't use something more like it nowadays, was actually made out of chrysanthemum seeds. And it's supposed to be completely non-toxic. This is a little George Washington stamp, and there weren't too many actually made of them. They came in actually a series. This little metal tube is what they called a pencil extender and phone dialer. In the Second World War, they were using wood and metal and almost every available product to help in the war. So even pencils were used till the very last bit. So they would put that on the stub of a pencil and use that pencil until it could be used absolutely no more. So that little extension, you know, let you use that stub of the pencil until you just could not hang on to it any longer. And then, if nothing else, you could turn it over and dial your phone with it. And then that's just a collectible Wheaties bowl where you could send in like the UPC symbols, and it was a collection. There was 4 to the whole collection, but that one just happened to be one that came in with the collection that we had.
Wow.
So those are just some of the many things that came with the Reed family things. We also have we have a copy of the Middletown Independent. We have a copy of the pharmacy log and book that came with, you know, that was property of Donald Reed. This was his marriage certificate to his wife.
Wow.
Original marriage certificate. Some of the costume jewelry that they had. Some of the almanacs that they sold. Little leather book over here was one they took of the toll roads. And this one was from March 13th of 1870.
Wow.
When they used to collect tolls from the toll roads, like up on St. Helena. And,
Going from Calistoga.
Right.
The Lowry Toll Road.
Right. And
Thank you.
you are very welcome.